Welcome to today's video. Today's video is going to be about this 3D printer from Flsun, and it's called the QQ model. So let's hear if it is any good.
You're watching the 70s Man's channel.
Welcome back. Today's video is about Flsun's QQ 3D printer. And let's jump back around 4 months where I got 40 and I wanted my first 3D printer. And my first 3D printer, that was an cubic. And I had a lot of problems with that printer. Then I wanted something that was a little bigger. So I went and used my birthday money on a TiVo Little Monster. And I can just say that has been the baddest experience ever for me. Standing behind me here is still not working. And that's now 5 weeks old, and it's still not working. So then I found this Flsun QQ, and I thought that looks really nice. Nice design, it has some nice features, so let me get one of those. And when I got it, started to unbox it and put it together, and that only took 40 minutes. And after 40 minutes I was up and running with this printer here. So that is a nice experience. Also, if you are new to 3D printing and want to get into 3D printing, then it is a little more nice when you finally can see something is working. And you have 2 other printers that really didn't work. There was many problems with it. And then you put this together and only 40 minutes, and then it just works. So let's jump into a time lapse of me putting this here together. So stay tuned. yeah, that was me putting it together. And everything went smooth, and I leveled it, and after that also it also went smooth. There was a little problem, but it's not really anything. How this here is calibrating. It have also calibrating on the bed, and it have a heated bed also, and that's really nice. But how they've done it here is there's some magnetic paper glued to this middle board here. So when that go down and touch the nozzle here, it sends current through this and say, okay, now I'm touching the plate, and that works perfect. So there's no problem with it. But the problem comes after the calibration, because then they want you to put this logo thingy on it when to print on, and when you put that on, that have a thickness, but the calibration haven't calibrated that thickness into it. So when it's starting printing after, it's actually needed as slow as it can go to the bed, and that's not gonna print anything. But when you went in and you can set your set height, that is how high the nozzle is from the bed, and then you can a couple of clicks on that and a little test cube to see if it works. Then it worked, and it have worked since. If you want to calibrate it after you have put this sticker here on, you need to take some tin foil, put it over your bed, smooth it really nice out, and then tuck it in under here. Then when you go down and touches, it's sending this current through again. And that's also if you want to buy a glass plate for it, that's the way you can calibrate it after. So I got it calibrated and I started to print some stuff on it, and I must just say it worked really good. The only thing I had that was wrong with the product when I unboxed it, that was my LCD screen. The LCD screen have some dead pixels down in the side on it, and then I contacted the seller on eBay where I bought mine, and he gave me an email to support on Skype, and the supporter, he's called Dave, and that worked really good. We tested, updated firmware, and we found out okay, it have dead pixels on the screen. So what they did, they're just sending me a new. So that's perfect. It's really nice support. I have had one problem more after that. That was that 99% in it started to stop and unload the filament. And then you're sitting, why 99%? Why didn't you do it finish? And I couldn't figure it out. So I contacted support again, and it took 2 seconds, and he said that's a SD card problem. It is a little a cheap SD card they're giving away with it when you get it. I think it differs if it is a Kingston or what it is. Mine is a knockoff brand, no branding on it. So, but I took one of my SD cards and plugged it in, and worked perfect. So if you should look into the prints I've done here, I've done a lot of prints, but this here is what I have here right now, and one of them here is from my manufacturing. It's a tin model. It's really nice made, and I have a friend, he's very much into Tintin, so I thought let me print that on the QQ. Tintin here is many small parts, so all parts is printed on this here. And then I have printed LeChuck from Monkey Island. I've printed that in 0.5, and that looks really nice when you're printing that out. It really does. But I'm going to take some close-up shots and so you can see that. Then the last thing here is my own creation, my IT bust I'm working on, and that came out insanely good. It really does. I did that in 0.1 because it takes a lot. So this year took around, I think it was 20 hours to do this print here. That's only the half of the model because I've chosen to cut the model up so there's no overhangs, so I don't need any support when I'm printing it. So I can glue it together as two parts. So yeah, it busts. And then there was the little it bust here also. That's actually the full, how he's gonna look when he's printed out. And that's it's printed in 0.2 actually. But because it's so little, the details cannot get catched in it, but it still looks good of such a little model. Yeah, that was a little about the Flsun QQ. Let's get some close-up footage of the prints here so we can see how good it has done it. And then we can come back and then I can tell a little about what I think about this product and what things they can do better next time, and if you should buy it or not. So stay tuned for that, and see you in a couple of minutes. Yeah, that was some footage of the printing it has done. So now we're going to get into it. Should we get this or not? I can recommend it. It is really good. When you have had two other Chinese printers that have that many problems that those two had, and then you get a third, and then put it together and thinking, okay, it just works. That's very nice for me. When I'm buying something, for me, what is meaningful for me is reliability. That will say when I turn it on, I want to print something on it, I don't need to use time on calibrating, I don't need time to do this and this and this. I just put my SD card in and then it works. This year I've done that now. I've used it the last 3 weeks, nearly every day, and it's done printing all the time, and I have had no problems except what I have told you I had problems. And that's really no problems when you think about how many problems I had with other printers. So yeah, when you think about that, I can really recommend this printer. If you should look into what they could do better on it, there was up here where you put the filament in, you need to go in under here and press 3D printed plastic part to slide down, that then it grips the filament. sometimes it is a little hard to get it to go down in the hole. If you haven't cut it's sharp the right way, then it bent out in here instead of going down in the bone tube. So that could be done a little better next time. But when it is down in it, it works. No problem there. One more thing is that there's parts on it here that is plastic. The housing here is metal. Down here, where you put the metal rods in, that is plastic, and up here, where you screw in those rods up in the top, that's also plastic. Those parts could be nice if they done or did those parts in metal for the next model, because then it's going to be more sturdy, it's going to be more reliable in maybe a year, so you don't need to replace those parts after some usage, because it's something that moves all the time, and over time that will get used. So middle there, middle up there next time. This here where the carbon rods are screwed into, that is also plastic, I think. Feel like plastic, and that could be nice if that was middle also in the next, because here everything here moves and it's getting into so everything after some usage it will be hard to stay as firm all use, I think. I'm not sure, I think. I actually think that was it. And one more thing with this printer here, it is extremely quiet. The only thing you really hear, that is there's a fan over here that is sucking air in to the motherboard under it to cool down the power supply and the motherboard and the motors. And then there's holes under the thing here to push air out. If that fan wasn't that loud, it's not loud, but you can hear it. And then you only hear if the head is moving, the motors is moving. It's just so quiet. It's really quiet. Sometimes when I'm sitting watching a movie and the print is on, I'm thinking, fuck, something went wrong with my print. And then I went up, I'm standing looking at it, and it's still just print still. But because it is so quiet, you think, okay, something's wrong. That's like when you have kids and the kids are quiet, then normally it's a problem. But no, this is just printing. And again, I really like the size here. It looks as a finished product when you get it, and that's really nice. Yeah, that was a little about the Flsun QQ. Highly recommended. If I should recommend it to a total new user, that depends on what type of user you are, I think. If you're a user that don't want any problems at all, just click and then it works, then I'm not saying this here. Then I'm saying don't buy any Chinese products normally, because there will always be some kind of problem with it so far, right? So if you're a person that like to, if something goes wrong, you can tinker in it, find out how it works and all that, then get a Chinese printer, or else get a more expensive printer. But this printer here, I can really recommend it, and it's really good support, really good build quality, and really quiet. Yeah. Back to 1010 here. That is for my friend, and when he sees this movie here, he knows who he is, so he can come pick it up. Hopefully he's gonna like it. But that was it for my first review of a 3D printer. Hope you can use it. And if there is something you want to know about it, just write down in the comments, and I will normally get back fast and answer your questions about the printer. And also again, go in and remember to subscribe to the channel and like the video on my channel, because this new YouTube thing here, my channel has actually gone down a lot because of the YouTube. So if you like the content I do, then go in and do those things so YouTube can get it up and running faster and better. Yeah, to see each other again. Bye.